Cool animation. Let me show you how it's done. To start things off, we want to make a top bar and a bottom bar in Unity. To do that, we're going to create a new scene, use the basic, create, and then we're going to right click in the hierarchy, go to UI, image, we're going to rename this bottom bar, go to the color, change it to black, and then as we hold down the Alt key, we want to select the anchor preset in Rect Transform, and then go to the bottom stretch. Click this, let go, and there you go. And to make the top bar, we want to right click here, go to UI, image, rename this one top bar. We also want to change the color to black. And then as we hold down the Alt key, again, we want to select the anchor preset, but then go to the top stretch instead. So click this button, and there we go. So now we have our setup for our cutscene bar. Once it's made, let's double click it and open it up in Visual Studio. To start things off, we want to gain access to the bar's Rect Transform. To do that, we're going to create a private variable that accesses Rect Transform. We call it bar. And then at the start of the script, we're going to access it. Get component Rect Transform. Okay, so now that we have access to the bar's Rect Transform, we're going to animate it by grabbing we're going to modify a temporary position of the bar's current location, and we're going to move it up by the Y value. So we're going to do this in the update function. So temp position will equal bar.anchored position. So we have access to the bar's current anchor position, and then now we're going to move it up. We can change the Y value by a variable that we're going to change in a later date. And then we're going to multiply this by time.delta time. And then we're going to make the bar's anchor position equal to the temporary position. So this variable speed right here, we're going to make this the height of the Rect Transform. And then this is going to equal the height of, and then it's going to be height. And there we go. So what this is going to do is it's going to grab the Rect Transform from bar, and then we're going to animate it up on its Y value. Hit save, then go back to Unity, make sure it compiles. You want to drag this script onto the bottom bar, hit play, and then you should see this moving up. There you go. Okay, so I'm sure you don't want your bottom bar to animate up forever. So what we're going to do is we want the bottom bar to stop at a certain position. So let's open up that bottom bar script again, and we're going to create a end variable that it stops at. So we want it to stop at where it is, which is 50, so we're going to return the height divided by 2. And then in the update function, if the Y value is greater than end, we're going to force it to equal end. And then so if we go back to Unity, at this point, if you hit play, it shouldn't actually do anything because it's already at the position we want to stop at. So I'll show you what to do at that point. So let's hit play. And nothing's really happening. So we want the bottom bar to start here. So I would take the opposite value. So instead of 50, we want to do negative 50 because we want to go underneath the screen. So let's change this to negative 50. Now hit play. And it should stop right there. Perfect. So if you want the bottom bar to, go under the screen dynamically, then let's create a function for that as opposed to just changing this y value all the time. So let's go to our script, and then we're going to create a function called return to start. Okay. And then what this will do is we're going to make the anchor position negative 50, or the half of the height, and in the negative. So we're going to do new vector 2, 0, height divided by 2, and then we're going to put this in parentheses so we can make this negative. So what this is saying is force the anchor position to be 0, negative 50. And then in start, when we actually load it up, we're going to call the function. So save this, go back to Unity, and just to show that this is working, let's change the bottom bar's y value to say 50, like it was originally. When you hit play, it's going to force the bottom bar to go down here, and then it's going to go all the way up to here and stop. There we go. So at this point, what we want to do is duplicate the functionality of the bottom bar, and we're going to tweak a couple values, and then that'll be that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the bottom bar script, and really the endpoint is negative 50 as opposed to 50. So I'm going to click it, Control D, duplicate the script, and then I'm going to rename it to top bar. And let's open it up. Alright, so your script should look like this. Unity is going a little crazy because you can't have two of the same class, so I'm going to name this top bar. That'll fix that. And then the really what we want to do is just tweak a couple things. So what this is doing is when it reaches a certain point at the bottom, it stops. But since we're at the top bar, we're going to change this value. We're going to change this to that. And then we want to do the opposite. So instead of it being 50, let's do negative 50. So we're going to put these in parentheses, do negative. And then instead of going up in speed, we want to go down in speed. So we're going to change this positive to a negative. And then also we want to change the start position to be 50. All right, save this, go back to Unity, and then you want to drag top bar onto, sorry, drag the script onto the top bar, then hit play, and it should go like this with the cutscene. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or you have any comments, just leave a comment down below. And again, thank you and have a good one.